So I was thinking this weekend that I'm getting pretty old, and in my years of wisdom on this planet, I've learned that old people tell young people what to do because they know better. And so I'm going to tell you the right way to go about this life thing. In my day, back in the day, we had this thing called school where you had to go to an actual building that wasn't in your bedroom. And there were smells at school that you could not get away from, like the locker room or the kid who left his sandwich in his locker since October. And man, if your teacher was being boring, you just had to sit there and take it. You couldn't press the mute button and turn on some Shakira. Anyways, you guys have it so easy. Oh, what? Come on. Zen, don't ruin the video. Come on. What is up, Glenwood Middle School? Welcome to your 4th week of online learning. This is going to be the best week of online learning that you've ever had in your whole life. Your teachers are better at it. You're getting more comfortable learning at home. This is going to be a great week, so let's dive right in. Today we are going to be learning about angle properties for parallel lines. What I want to show you is that parallel lines are just two lines that are translated from each other. So once again, I take one line, and if I translate it to the next line, I have parallel lines. All I did was move that line down. What you should notice is that the blue angle is going to be congruent or the same as that top angle. They have the same measurement because they did not change. As long as the lines are parallel, this will always be true. So we have angles between parallel lines that are called corresponding angles. Corresponding angles means that the angles are in the same relative position as each other. So for instance, if I take angle E and I move it up, that would be angle A, and they would be exactly the same measurement. I could do the same for angle F and move it up, and it would become angle B. If I did the same thing for angle G, guess where it's going to be located? Very good, right there at angle C. If I find the corresponding angle for angle H, would be the last remaining spot, or angle D. Those angles are equal to each other. So A is equal to E, B is equal to F, C is equal to G, and D is equal to H. Those are called corresponding angles. If they're in the same spot on parallel lines with an intersecting line, then they are corresponding and they are equal to each other. So A equals E. F equals B. Guess what? H also equals F, and G also equals E. Alternate angles are angles that are on opposite sides of the intersection. They are congruent to each other. So if you have alternate angles like D and B, they are congruent. You can see that all I have to do is a rotation to get to the other angle. Therefore, since a rotation is a rigid transformation, meaning the shape does not change, we can go from angle C up to angle A through two transformations. Once again, those transformations were a translation first, followed by a rotation. The rotation is clockwise. Translation and then rotation. Since you can get to the new angles with just transformations, that means these new angles are corresponding. So alternate angles are equal to each other. If you have two lines that are put together, two angles that are put together to form a straight line like you see in the picture, that means that angle A and angle D are supplementary to each other. If you add them together, they equal 180 degrees. So A plus D equals 180 degrees. degrees. If, for instance, angle A is going to equal 30 degrees, that gives us the measurement of angle D. Right? We have a simple algebra problem here. 30 plus D equals 180. We would subtract 30 from both sides. These 30s would cancel, and we are left with 180 minus 30, which is 150 degrees. So you can go both directions. Once you know that both of the angles add up to 180 degrees, or you look at them and they make a straight line when you put them together, then you can find both angles if you only know one of them. For instance, if we have angles A, B, and C here, say angle C is 45 degrees and angle A is 50, we can figure out what angle B is. Altogether, they equal 180. And if we add B plus C plus A, we should get 180. If we know that BC is 45 and A is 50 degrees, that gives us 95 total on one side, meaning B has to be 85 degrees. All three of those angles add up to 180. Thank you so much for paying attention, and please return to the live classroom.
I am Batman.